Hey guys, first of one of two very short videos, but these are two topics that I had to talk about. What's the topic for this video though? Star Trek Discovery. Ensign Tilly. Now look, I've got nothing personally against Tilly. She seems like a wonderful character, if she wasn't so rambunctious. And the person playing her seems like a very wonderful person. But I gotta call this bullshit out for what it is. And Daniel from Space Doc, nice guy, love his sci-fi ship videos, but even on this one, I gotta call him out, and some other people. Ensign Tilly being made executive officer of the Discovery over, I don't know, half a dozen officers who are senior to her or more, is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. This ranks up there with James T. Kirk and the J.J. Verse movies being made captain straight out of the academy and handed the keys to the Enterprise. It's like, there is no military, paramilitary stuff. You don't do this. No. Ensign Tilly probably hasn't even sat in command of a watch. A shipboard watch, where she's senior officer of the watch. She's not even rated to do that. Hell, I don't even think she's a division commander or a department chief. Yet now you're bumping her clear to the XO position. The next person to take command of the ship after the captain, aka Saru, Saru is really starting to show that he has no fucking clue what he's doing in that center chair. This is just, wow. This is just utterly horrendous writing. I don't even, wow. Let me put it to you in the modern military sense of how dumb this is. Take a brand new ensign, put him on a Ohio-class ballistic missile submarine or Gerald R. Ford class aircraft carrier. He is pretty much on his first cruise. The XO gets relieved, and instead of going to the next senior officer, you turn that ensign. It's like, you are now the executive officer on the ship with absolutely no training for this position. You have no clue what you're doing. You've never sat a watch. You've never done any of the prerequisites to be the executive officer, which is one heartbeat away from being the captain. But now you're executive officer. Here's the keys. Here's your nuclear missile launch key. I hope you remember the procedure. Oh, we haven't taught it to you yet? Well, you're going to learn on the fly in case we have to do it for real. Now, if that in your mind sounded really fucking stupid, apply that to a Starfleet ship, which is many times more powerful than an Ohio-class ballistic missile submarine. And you'll start to get the wheels turning for how dumb it is to pick Ensign 01, brand new officer, first officer rank, and make her the executive officer. This is just, wow. And anybody defending this decision, like, oh, Harry Kim was an ensign for 7 years. Yeah, and sure, he was the operations officer. But did he ever sit a watch? Did he ever sit as, senior officer of the watch, where he was in command of the ship while the more senior officers were asleep? Has he ever taken command of the ship himself? I'm going to tell you, in that 7 years, the correct answer to both of those is no. In fact, probably on Voyager, there are probably only about 3 people who are watch qualified to command the ship while the command. 1 is the captain, 2 is Chakotay, 3 is Tuvok. You might squeak B'Elanna Torres in there, but I doubt it. That'd be about the only 4 officers on the ship of Voyager that are watch officer command level ready to take command of the ship in an emergency. Hell, even Tom Paris isn't even on that list because he's only Lieutenant JG. And he's also probably not watch qualified. In fact, let me put it to you this way. Star Trek The Next Generation, there are only, for the most of that show, 3 officers who could command a watch. That would have been the captain, Jean-Luc Picard, Will Riker, and Data. Actually, I take that back. There's 4. Geordi probably could also do it. Worf was on the cusp. And Deanna Troi, probably about the time she made Commander, was probably also watch qualified. I'm about the only officers on the Enterprise that can command a ship's watch. So let's take Discovery. Outside of Saru and maybe Burnham, maybe the next senior lieutenant who's probably watch qualified. Tilly hadn't even started that process. Hell, as I recall, she was trying to make the requirements just to make it to lieutenant junior grade. I mean, let's put it in this better tense. If it wasn't for the fact that Tilly was a bridge officer, she'd be part of a lower decks crew, just like, the lower decks crew on the Cerritos. That's how new Tilly is. But somehow, she's executive officer. Wow. But anyways, I've rambled on enough. You all get my point. Let me know in the comments below what you think of why would you jump someone straight out of the academy to either executive officer or captain of a ship? And yes, I realize I play Star Trek Online where that happens. A, I don't agree with it. B, you only really get command of a light frigate. And C, well, they are in the middle of a shooting war, and as Admiral Jorrell says, Admiral Quinn says, look, I can build ships till I'm blue in the damn face. I'm running out of officers to crew them, especially in command decisions. So I have to try something new. We are not in that situation in Discovery, I would say. So there's no reason for Tilly to be the executive officer. Just none. Anyways, I'm Jeff. That's the first video of the day, and I'll catch you next time.